Hi all. Yep, it's Reinhardt here again. Ride with Reinhardt. If you're familiar with the channel, and if not, check it out. Anyways, just started another bike packing trip. This time I'm going to ride up to Lindsay, Ontario, where I will meet a friend, fellow YouTuber, and we are going to ride a route called the Hasty Highlander. And we're going to start in Lindsay, Ontario, as I said, and it's about a 720k loop that goes north from there into Algonquin Park. Then I'll cross Algonquin Park and then back down the other side to and I think we'll finish probably in Campbellford. I'm not sure, but that's the plan. So, but before I even start the route, I've got about 240 kilometers to ride to get to Lindsay to meet up with my friend. And yeah, so, and I'm starting that now. So right now I'm on the Cataraqui Trail and heading from Chaffee's Lock, and I'm heading westbound. And I should get about 70-80k in today. Didn't leave until about noon. And I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to stay tonight, so you know, there's all that, but that's what adventures are all about. Anyways, I'm not sure if this video is going to make it onto the video that I do for this ride, or if I'll just maybe just start doing the video recording of this ride when I leave Lindsay. Sorry, it's getting a bit windy, and I don't have my lapel mic. So, anyways, just thought I'd let you know that's what I'm doing, that's where I'm going, and I'll bring you along with me. That's the way to do it. Nice and slow. No need to speed through this stuff. Get through, it's all good. Oh man. Okay. So that came right to the soles of my running shoes at the downward part of the cycle. Anyways, all good. I was expecting this kind of flooding out along here, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of other sections of this trail that is going to have a lot of flooding like that. Anyways, we shall see. I'm putting on my lav mic, so right now you're hearing me through the microphone in the camera, and it's probably muffled at best, but I'm going to put, so I've got my wireless microphone here. I don't have the dead cat on there, and I'm just going to plug it in now and see if and we'll see the difference in sound. Okay, I'm just going to turn this off for now, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm back. So you can see I've got my lapel mic on, and I think I'm a little bit low here. I better change the camera angle. There we go. A little bit better. Anyways, yep. So I put the mic on, and I'm getting level here. And so my experience with this microphone, the Hollyland Lark 2, I think, system, is that it lasts about, I'd say, 5.5 to 6 hours. The battery life on the receiver that's on the camera, as well as the microphone. And just to give you a little more insight on the microphones, comes in this little case. The receiver goes here, and you get 2 microphones, so you can do stuff in stereo. But I just use the other microphone as the backup. Yeah, like I said, about 5.5 to 6 hours before I have to recharge, and of course I can charge on the fly. But anyways, enough about the microphones. Obviously, audio quality difference, and it helps if I put everything away before I get ready to go. So here, let's do that. So time to hit the road or the trail. And by the way, right now I'm on the Cataraqui Trail. And you can see here, so it is a very long rail trail that goes from Smith Falls to a place called Strathcona, and it's over 100 kilometers, and it goes in a northeast southwest direction generally. I may as well tell you what I'm up to and show you what I've got here. So everything is pretty much the same from the last rides that I've been doing, except that I haven't used the Moloko bars here. This is the first time using it on a multi-day bikepacking trip. Not happy about the way the levers are digging into the burrito bag. I think it's more than strong enough to handle, sharp angles like this for at least a little while. Worst case scenario, I swap out the cables when I get home. Anyways, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, so the only other difference is the tires. So they're Vittoria Mezcal tires. I've decided this year to upsize to the 29.2.6. Now this is a Surly ECR small, and it was built for 27.5 wheels, which are perfectly fine, but I really liked running the 29-inch 2.35 last year. So I decided to try and see how it works with the 2.6. And as you can see, I've got not a whole lot of clearance there, but I think there's enough, unless I get peanut butter mud. But then, usually nobody's going anywhere in that stuff. You can see up front here that there seems to be more than enough clearance. I don't think I'd get a set of fenders on here, but then I wouldn't put fenders on this bike, so at least not traditional fenders. So far so good. It seems to be working out well. I'm noticing the tire difference, or the tire size difference on this trail here. Now, this is the first time I've been out for an extended ride on these tires. They're brand new, so maybe it's just something that I have to get used to. But the flotation is great. The stability is awesome. It's certainly overkill for a trail like this, but you know what? I like the big foot plant. Yeah, so that's it. So that's what's going on. So 3 days, Lindsay, we'll meet Dean there, and we'll go from there. But we'll see you on the trail and the road. Okay, so I rode by this spot, but I decided to turn around and get a little bit of video to kind of show you what this is all about. So this is one of, I'm going to say probably a half a dozen possible stealth/wild camping spots here on the Cataraqui Trail. I'm not sure if this area is private property or public property. I can't see any signs here. And yeah, it looks like there's a fairly flat spot. I'm sure it's been used for camping a number of times in the past. So this is about as good as hiker, biker, camping gets here on the Cataraqui Trail. But that's that. So I just thought I'd show this to you. And we are at kilometer 16. So, and the other one I think is at kilometer 8 or 9 coming again westbound from Indian Lake Road, the Indian Lake Road intersection. So that's that. So there you go. There's wild camping, and you know, if it was later in the day, it might be a consideration for me. Not now. Got many more miles to go. So, or kilometers. Well, looks like we've got some swan activity here. There we go. Yeah. Mummy, Daddy, and their little cygnet. And they've got this whole pond to themselves, so it appears. The nice thing about the cat trail, or the Cataraqui, or cat trail as we call it, is that it goes through some pretty remote areas of Ontario. This particular section goes from Highway 15 really to Sydenham, at least, or Perth Road. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. There's no services. You know, it's all either forests, cliffs, rocks, and or wetland. So it's quite nice. And that's the reason, or at least part of the reason, why the trail is as rough as it is. But it's fine. With these 29 by 2.6, I've got them at about, I think, 22, 23 PSI. Just kind of bouncing along here. A little slower than the 2.235, so it seems, but hey, I'm liking the ride. Anyways, all good. See you up the trail. In case you're wondering, here at Perth Road and the Cat Trail, and in the parking lot. From this point, the trail gets, you know, it's probably a level or two upgrade from the last 18 or 19 kilometers back there from Indian Lake Road. Makes for smoother riding, not as much fun, but you know, certainly better if you've got 700C by say 35 or 40 centimeter tires. You know, this surface here, you'll like this a lot more than the stuff back there, but with the big chunkies here, you know, I'm good for just about any terrain. So we're getting a bit closer to Sydenham, and on the left should see some views opening up to the lake. We're just in a little bay here, one end of the lake, but you can see on the left there, views open up, and pretty soon we should get some nice wide open views of the lake. It's really nice because the Cat Trail runs along the north side of Sydenham Lake, lengthwise, So you get nice views all the way into the town of Sydenham. And, you know, so it's like, I think 4 or 5 Ks maybe total. So that's nice. Nice way to bring you into Sydenham. So, just finished a nice helping of French fries at the chip truck back there. I was going to whip out the camera, but there was too many people there. And, you know, people get nervous sometimes when somebody comes around with a camera and just starts recording, and, you know, the people were everywhere. So, you know, just thought it wasn't a good idea. But, you know, it went quick because they are really tasty fries. The guys beside me got a double cheeseburger. It looked even better, but yeah, you know, maybe next time. Continuing west on the Cat Trail, and Harrowsmith is perhaps a kilometer in the distance, but just it's riding along here, and just too bad we don't have smell-o-vision yet, because all of the wildflowers here, some of them are starting to bloom, some of them are dying out, but just the scents that are coming off of these fields and meadows, just amazing, almost intoxicating at times. Just, you know, just at least a half a dozen different scents. You know, one breath you get a nice sweet scent, the next breath you get something a little more earthy but maybe piney, and then the next scent is something else again. So, and it's all good. So, but yeah, so it's a lot more than just the visual experience. You know, all of your senses are involved when you do this sort of thing. That's one of the things I love about it. All right, so we're just outside of Harrowsmith, and we've got to the fork in the road, or the trail, as it were. So to the right is the KMP Trail, and to the left, the way we're going, is the continuation of the Cataraqui Trail. So we're continuing on the Cataraqui Trail. And according to my route here, in good old Google Maps, I'll be going right to the end of the trail. And that's in Strathcona. Right now I'm about around 40k outside of an area where, you know, I'd like to try and camp. Can't see any organized campgrounds in the area. I think I'd have to go at least 10 to 15 kilometers out of my way to get to a campground, and then it would be a private one, like, you know, an RV campground. And I don't know if it's like any of the ones around Lindsay, then even for a cyclist, they want, with taxes included, $70 for a place to set up your tent. So, but yeah, so we're going to try and wild camp tonight. There is a conservation area in the area that is not too big. There's a beach, I believe it's on a river, and so I might just kind of ride by because it's kind of on the route, and we'll see what sort of opportunities present themselves in the conservation area, which is only about 6 acres. But if there's any forest there, and there isn't a lot of people around, and there's some cover, I don't know, it's a possibility. Other than that, I may have to reach out into the evening and maybe even get a motel, but you know, we're going to try not to do that if at all possible. So there you be. Anyways, it's about 3:45, so I've got at least 3 hours, 3.5 hours of good workable light left before things start getting dim. It won't get dark until a little after 8, so got some time. Anyways, we'll see what the trail ahead of us has in store. So a little further up the trail, and what is looking somewhat dire as far as wild campsites are concerned, because there's, you know, lots of farm on either side of the trail, just back there about 1 kilometer. But now it seems that I've got lots of opportunities on either side. And just in case those who are keeping score, or those who might want to consider wild camping up here, this part of the trail, I'm I'd say about 3 or 4 kilometers the other side of Harrowsmith, maybe 5 kilometers going west on the Cat Trail. Yeah, it looks like there's some opportunities around here. No running water though. Well, so no water source. It would be nice to have running water. But yeah, no water source that I can see out here, but there's quite a bit of forest. But, you know, if you're self-sufficient and have water, I think you could probably do something around here. So the Airbnb that I booked yesterday in Lindsay, or at least I thought I booked it, and then I sent a message off to the host. He didn't get back to me. He's got 24 hours to get back to me. So I just sent him a little reminder now after 24 hours, and he got back to me immediately and says that there's nothing available for this weekend. So I'm not sure if somebody else got to him, maybe offered him more money, who knows. But yeah, so the only other option is a rather expensive Airbnb in Lindsay, and there's only one. And then there's the only camping option is about 20 kilometers north in a town called Fenelon Falls at the locks there of the Trent Severn Waterway. That's where the locks goes through there. So Dean, my friend that I'm about to meet up with on Saturday night, really wanted to do a motel, but we're not sure if that's going to be an option at this point. Anyways, it's the way these things go. The Airbnb guy in Lindsay didn't work out, so we just happened to find a hotel in Lindsay, and a bit pricey, but you know, it's that peace of mind, right? So Saturday night, we're staying in a hotel in Lindsay for Sunday morning departure on the Hasty Highlander. But like I said, I got to get there first. And right now, tonight is the challenge of finding a camping spot. Things have gotten a little bit different here from a scenery standpoint. So we've come out of the forests and ponds and wetlands and all that stuff, and now we are pretty much firmly entrenched in farmland. You can see fields, cultivated fields on either side of the trail here. I'm sure there would be some wild camping opportunities along here if one really needed to, but we're going to try and get to that conservation area and see what happens. Worst case scenario, the closest hotel is in Belleville, which is another 35 kilometers down the road, so that would probably take me well into the night. And I don't have a headlight with me. I have a headlight for my head, but not a headlight for the bicycle. So I guess that would be a bicycle light. Anyways, that's what's happening. Still lots of daylight to go, about a couple of hours, I think. So we'll see what's ahead. I am in Newburgh, and I was going to camp at the conservation area in town. There's some opportunities there, but to be honest, it's just a bit early. It's still like 5:30, and so I think there's another conservation area about another hour or so up the road, so I think I might just check that out. But I'm going to stop here and have an ice cream first. Oh. Hi there. How's the ice cream? Good. Hi, how are you? Good, thank you. I will take a salty caramel truffle, I guess. Cone, please. I guess a sugar cone, if possible. Yep.
You can see that free delivery.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm pulling out of Newburgh here, and after walking around the conservation area there for about probably better part of a half an hour looking for decent spots, I could have made it work, but it's, I don't know, it's a bit early. And for conservation area is another 20 kilometers down the road, so that's about an hour or so. So I'm gonna make a beeline for that. Now it's interesting, on the site it says it closes at 6 o'clock, but close is a relative term. They're probably referring to parking and that sort of thing. And so the idea is to get there in about an hour or so. Hopefully, if the gate is closed, then I can just kind of get around the gate. Thank God for Street View, so it shows the entrance to the parking lot, and it looks certainly a lot more remote than the Newburgh conservation area. But like I said, you know, if it was an hour later, I'd be there setting up camp right now. But it's just, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of sunlight for today. So yeah, let's put a few more kilometers on the odometer. I'm not using the lapel mic, just using the camera mic. So you're probably getting a lot of wind, but just wanted to share with you the little bit of unforeseen gravel riding here. Actually, it's pretty rough in spots, because I don't know what stage they are in terms of doing this, redoing this road, but I think they're in the let's make this road a hell of a lot worse before we make it any better stage. And it looks like it goes on for as far as I can see here, so, and it's slowing me down. But anyways, you probably can't understand that, because you can't understand this because there's just too much wind blowing. Okay, still don't have the lapel mic on, but this is the approach to, I don't even know what the river is called, but this is quite the dip and quite the rock cut here. I wasn't expecting this at all. Anyways, time to get to camp. I can see the river on my left, and I'm looking for opportunities between here and the conservation area. All we can do is try, but it's a lot more remote out here than it is back there in Newburgh. So I hope I made the right decision. Hello. Any luck? Yeah. Hello there. So I'm here at conservation area, and you can see there's a lovely river there, and there's a perfectly flat rock facing here, just sliding right out into the river there. And this conservation area isn't very big. It's about 6 acres maybe, but there's nobody here. There was a gate, but I could get around the gate. I was walking out along the little road here. Not sure if you can see it. Yeah, right there. So the little road comes in from the gate over there, and you can see that it goes all the way down there. There's a couple of decrepit picnic benches there, and the grass here isn't cut, so I'm really not sure how much this conservation area is used at all. But I was going to camp beside one of those picnic tables there in the deep grass, and then I came out onto the rock here, the rocky shoreline here, and you can see that it's perfectly flat. And there's any number of places I could have set up here, but I'd be kind of in the open. So I decided to take a little walk back towards the gate along the water, and hey, check this out. I found this little spot here, so you can see that there are all these pine trees here, or cedars. I think these are cedars actually. Yeah, and you can see that they hide this little section right here, this little section of flat rock. It hides it away from the gate. You can't see it at all. If you came into the park, you'd have to actually come right around here and actually look for the tent, because you'd never see it. I think this is the perfect campsite. Look at this, perfect water access. I think I'll maybe take a bit of a schwitz as soon as I get my my bedding situation set up, and that's it. That's here I am for the night. So better than I expected, and certainly a lot better than in Newburgh. And I'm an extra hour to an hour and a half down the road, so it's all good. Anyways, that's that. So I'm gonna bed down here for the night. Like I said, have a bit of a wash up, have a beer, and call it a night. All right, and we'll see you in the morning, if not before.